Yes, unmute. Okay. Uh, Hopefully, you guys can hear me now. I think there might have been some audio issues, I believe. But I was going to say, congratulations to Michael Cooper. He's actually having his number retired, um, aka number 21. We all know who that is, defensive dynamo for the Lakers, especially during the for Showtime teams. Now with his number 21 going to the rafters, what Laker do you think should be next? I think it should be, and let me know in the comments if anyone can hear me. Let me see. Let me just post a comment real quick, and just for my audio people here. Can you hear me now? All right, all right. Hopefully, just waiting for that to come back. Like I said before, we were talking about Michael Cooper and his retirement of number 21 Lakers jersey going to the rafters. You hear me? Thank you, B. Thank you, my man. Um, so I'll go back to cover. I'll come back around to cover what I went over a little bit in regards to like wild card weekend. Congratulations to the Eagles. Congratulations to the Ravens, Texans, Washington as well. Also, we're going to cover a little high school basketball, Cam and Jones beef. Let me know how you feel about that. How Jimmy and Cam are beefing with each other. I don't like it. Also, shout out to Shayla Smith from Auden Reed, closing in on that record held by the great Shawnetta Stewart, aka Baby Barkley. If you know who that is, she was actually a force to be reckoned with back in the mid '90s when the pubs were like still the pubs. No disrespect to the pubs now, but I mean the pubs were the pubs, basically. Back in the mid '90s, late '90s, and 2000 as well. So let me know how you feel about that. Matter of fact, let me know how you feel about the pubs. If you have like some of your greatest pub memories, pub versus Catholic, pub versus Interact, pub versus Friends. Let me know how you feel about that. Um, Also, shout out to my Jets. We're still looking for a head coach. There's a whole list of head coaches. I can go over them, towards the end of the pod. But we were actually talking about right now Michael Cooper getting his number retired and whatnot, number 21 retired. And my question to anybody out there, if you're listening, is what Lakers should be next? That's my first question to you right now. What Lakers should be next? I have a couple of them, couple suggestions here. Maybe Robert Ory, should he get his number retired, especially from all the heroics that he did for the Lakers? Should it be Norm Nixon? I mean, Norm Nixon definitely played. He played with Magic. He played against Magic. Byron Scott, I think Byron Scott would be a good choice to have his number 4 retired. Um, Defensive player, great wing player, great shooting guard for the Lakers. Everywhere he went, he was a winner. And of course, you're probably going to have LeBron to get his jersey retired. Now, I'm not sure what number you're going to get retired. Is it going to be 23? Is it going to be 6? Not too sure what number they're going to have retired. So we'll just get into that a little bit later. This it is. Don't forget to hit that like, subscribe button. So let's go over the wild card real quick. We're going to go over real quick, starting with the most recent game, which is the Vikings. I was talking about that before we had audio trouble. Sam Darnold's troubles. I guess once a Jet, always a Jet, I guess. Like I said, Sam Darnold, 245 yards, 1 touchdown record. I don't know if that's a playoff record for sacks. I think it was 9 sacks, as a matter of fact, 1 interception. For the Rams, Matt Stafford went 19 for 27, 209 yards, 2 touchdowns and 2 sacks. For rushing, Kyron Williams, 76 yards. Receiving, Kyron Williams again led the Rams with 16 yards and 1 touchdown, 3 receptions. Also in reception as well, Davis Allen, 1 reception, 13 yards, 1 touchdown. So with that win over the Vikes, the Eagles are going to host the Rams in Philadelphia, NFC Divisional on Sunday. So if you're an Eagles fan, you know what to do. Just wear your Eagles green proud. I might try to even blend in. I might try to even blend in with my Jets green, but they'll see the New York Jets logo and they'll probably kick me out of there. Yeah. Also on Saturday, going a little bit backwards, the Chargers and Texans also played. The Texans with the win, 32-12. Shout out to the Texans. Shout out to C.J. Stroud. Justin Hayward I keep calling him Hayward. Yeah, it is Hayward. Herbert, excuse me. Justin Herbert, 14 for 32, 242 yards, one touchdown, four interceptions, and four sacks. Not one of your best games if you're a if you're a Chargers fan. Shout out to SB. Real takes over fake debates. Um, yeah, it was just it was a tale of two halves basically. They kept it close in the beginning, and then like the Chargers just started intercepting passes. I mean, I think they intercepted like three passes. Two two were spot. Then there was one by Eric Murray who took that one to the house. Definitely a pick six for Houston. C.J. Stroud, 22 for 33, 282 yards, almost 300, one touchdown, one interception, and three sacks. Joe Mixon for the Texans, excuse me, had seven receptions, going for 122 yards with one touchdown. And also, like I said before, on defense, cornerback Eric Murray, one interception, one touchdown. Oh, thank you. And with that, Texas are going to play Kansas. Texas will play Kansas City this upcoming Saturday, as a matter of fact, in the AFC Divisional at 4:30 on ABC, ESPN, or whatever type of streaming service that you have. Next up, next up, we have the. See, this is what, Saturday? So this happened on Saturday. So actually, the next game after that, I'm sorry, excuse me, was the Steelers and the Ravens. Steelers and Ravens matched up. AFC North, knockdown, drag out, pretty much low score. I didn't know it was going to get over. I didn't know it was going to get over 21. They actually surpassed it with one more touchdown, which was 28. Ravens with the win, 28-14. Russell Wilson had an okay game, subpar. He had four sacks. He went for 270 yards, two touchdowns. Nico Harris, they actually shut down the rushing and receiving game, kind of, sort of. Nico Harris only had 17 yards. He was like pretty much a leading rusher for that team. Everybody else had either 15 or something below that. George Pickens for receiving 85 yards, five receptions, one touchdown. Also, Van Jefferson, two receptions, 37 yards, and one touchdown. So it really wasn't a bad game per se. Shout out to B. B says Brian will retire the jersey number he won a Lakers championship, which is 20. Yeah, I think it's 23. I believe it is 23. My thing is this. Do you think Brian needs to be retired in Los Angeles, or is he going to get retired in all three teams that he was with? He's going to get. I mean, I definitely was going to retire with Cleveland. That number's going to be up to the rafters with Cleveland. I definitely know it'll get up there with the Heat. I'm not sure if it was the Lakers though. Even though he got him a COVID chip, he got him a bubble chip. Excuse me. I don't know. I think that, but you know what? LeBron's been an ambassador. He's pretty much been, squeaky clean image. He's been a great ambassador for the NBA. So I think they're going to give him all three teams. To be honest with you, I think they're going to retire him all three teams. You also set the scoring record with the Lakers. So yeah, then also, and guess who else set the scoring record when he was with the Lakers? Some young guy from Lower Merion, Kobe Bryant. Rest in peace, Kobe. So back to the Ravens and Steelers. Lamar Jackson went 16 for 21, 175 yards, two touchdowns, one sack. Derrick Henry was out there looking like a grown man out there. A lot of the Steelers were out there making business decisions as not to get either stiff-armed or ran over or trampled by Sir Derrick Henry, who had 186 yards and two touchdowns. Receiving-wise, Isaiah Likely went for 53 yards, four receptions for Rashad Bateman, two receptions, 24 yards, one touchdown. Justice Hill got into action, 13 yards, four receptions, one touchdown. And with that, the Ravens will play Buffalo on this upcoming Sunday, AFC Divisional, 6:30. On CBS or whatever streaming services that you may have, whether it be Kobe never. Kobe never set the scoring record. Kareem did for the Lakers. But he did, and then Karl Malone did it after that. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, was it Karl Malone? Yeah, so it was Kareem, Karl Malone, and then LeBron. Okay, so yeah, I mean, but Kobe was up there. What, top four? I think think he's top 4 because he surpassed a lot of people. So I believe is it can you look that up for me, Brandon? Is it LeBron, Kareem, Kobe? No, wait, no, LeBron, Kareem, Karl Malone. I think then Kobe. I think so. I think Kobe's like in the top 4. So thank you for that. Thank you for correcting me. I appreciate you. Um, let's see. Next game up, we got the Broncos and the Bills. Um, the Broncos, they hung in there for a minute, and then like I said, Cream rises to the top. Um, Bo Nix for the Broncos had 144 yards. He went 13 for 22, one touchdown, 2 sacks. And the Bills came out, in the second half of their fire, and they pretty much beat them 31-7. Of course, passing wise, Josh Allen, 272 yards, 2 touchdowns, 2 sacks. Curtis Samuel, 1 touchdown, 68 yards. They pretty much did their thing. It was pretty much a foregone conclusion. It wasn't a fact of if the Bills were going to win, is when the Bills were going to win and turn it on and stuff like that. So with that, they're going to play Buffalo. The Ravens are going to play Buffalo on Sunday, of course, in the AFC Divisional, 6:30 p.m. I believe Buffalo will be hosting the Ravens because they have the better record. Of course, let's talk about the Eagles. Um, Eagles beat the Packers 10-22. This game was pretty much over before it started to me. To be honest with you, once the Eagles came out and set that hit to fumble the ball in the first play, that was pretty much a wrap. It was pretty much a wrap for me. I mean, once I was watching the game, I was eating my chicken wings, courtesy of ShopRite. Um, it was a foregone conclusion. Once I see him like lay that hit on, and then it was like, Philadelphia is one of the more hostile environments to play in, especially come playoff time. It gets loud in there. It gets really intimidating for, especially for quarterbacks, players that haven't been there before. I mean, they hear about, the link, but you don't know until you play there, until you either played with them or played against them. So, shout out to the Eagles. Going over some quick box scores real quick. Jalen Hurts, 13 for 31, 131 yards, 2 touchdowns, 2 sacks. Saquon, 119 yards, and probably like 1,000 people mad at him because he messed up so many parlays and whatnot. Um, Dallas Goedert, 4 receptions, 47 yards, 1 touchdown, and then Jahan Dotson, congratulations to him. 1 reception, 11 yards, and 1 touchdown. His first postseason game, as a matter of fact. So with that, Eagles going to be hosting the Rams in Philly in the NFC Divisional on Sunday at 3 p.m. So if you're not doing anything on Sunday, probably I'm going to say from 1 o'clock to 2:59. Um, Philadelphia is going to be crazy, but then once 3 o'clock after, it's going to be like super quiet. So, if you want to do some errand running, Cowboy fans, do it like at 3:35 or something like that. Nobody's going to stop you. So, also another great game that was being played as well. Commanders and Buccaneers. That was actually one of the better games, as a matter of fact, of Wild Card Weekend. Jaden Daniels continues to amaze. 24 for 35, 268 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 sack. And I think that was a voluntary sack, as a matter of fact. Rushing wise, Jaden Daniels, 36 yards. De'Ami Brown, 5 receptions, 89 yards, 1 touchdown. Terry McLaurin. I can't say enough about Terry McLaurin. I had him in fantasy. He's been nothing but consistent for me this season. 7 receptions, 89 yards, 1 touchdown. But unfortunately, as great as that game was, there has to be a winner and there has to be a loser. Unfortunately, the one who caught this wreck was actually Tampa Bay, and it was a good game. It went back and forth. They both had some great stops. Um, it was just like somebody just had to lose, unfortunately. Um, Baker Mayfield, 15 for 18, 185 passing yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 sack. Uh, Bucky Irving, 77 yards rushing. Also, Rashad White got in the mix. He had a 1 yard touchdown run. Mike Evans. Mike Evans played kind of okay, but they were on him. Double coverage, single coverage. They were pretty much motivated to stop him. He still caught some wreck though. He 7 catches, 92 yards, 1 touchdown, and also Bucky Irving also had 2 receptions, 6 yards, and 1 touchdown. So, and with that, Commanders are going to be playing in Detroit this upcoming Sunday. This upcoming Saturday, as a matter of fact. They're going to be playing against the Detroit Lions, who actually had to bye last week, and they actually play that Saturday night. So that's definitely going to be a pretty nice wild card weekend. Not a nice, divisional weekend. As a matter of fact, I'm trying not to do anything, but it's cookie season, so I'm probably going to be out slinging them Girl Scout cookies or whatnot. Shout out to Girl Scout Cookie Troop. Um, Other than that, let me see. Moving on, and before we move on to high school basketball, um, I'm sure you've seen the. I'm sure you've seen the. I'm sure you've been on the internet, been on Instagram, YouTube, whatever the case may be. Um, what's up with the Cam and Jimmy beef, man? Like, I mean, I thought these dudes were friends, but of course, that Jim doesn't really mess with Cam like that. I mean, excuse me, doesn't mess with Mace like that. I don't know why. Um, Mace and Cam kind of settled their beef and their differences, and now they're on the Is What It Is podcast, and it's very entertaining, very informative as well. And they're doing their thing. Why Jimmy is mad at him, I don't know. And this is like now the beef is taking like a new low to me. I think because it's kind of like watching your brothers argue and like they're just hitting below the belt. Yeah, like it's like they're mad hilarious. Like they're dropping freestyles. Like Jim just dropped a freestyle diss track against Cam, um, talking about whatever and now Cam is coming back talking about some you ratting, you snitching, this and that, stuff like that. So I'm like, hey, look, it's like, and they're just like they're just throwing shots at each other for no apparent reason, so I don't know. I mean, what's your take on it, man? I mean, do you think they should stop, or is this just entertainment? Is this entertainment for everybody to see how far they can go? Because I think what's going to happen at the end is they're probably, yeah. Oh, you saw that? Shout out to B. Yeah, B says Jim Jones out there tweaking on the rooftop. Major pause. Yeah. Hey, man, it's Jim Jones, man. It's Jim Jones. Um, but I think they should. I think they should stop the beef. To be honest with you, because I mean, the only person they're hurting is themselves. Really, I mean, Cam and Mace, they're getting money. But Cam was putting them out there. Cam was telling me, "You're not from Harlem for real, for real. You're from Bronx or something like that." And from what I hear, they said Bronx is dirty and stuff like that. So I guess you're calling Jim dirty, I guess. Okay, okay. Um, Cam saying that you're perpetrating. You're always saying you're from Harlem, but you're not from Harlem. And anybody that puts hands on you is, like you now you want to be cool with him. He was just like throwing receipts out there, like with True Life. If you remember True Life back in during the when Dipset was really like that group. Um, you know, Taking shots at that. Um, yeah, it's well, he say he's from Harlem. On all the tracks I've been listening to with the Diplomats, I got quite a few Diplomat like mixtapes, retail albums and stuff like that. Diplomatic Community, 1 and 2, and they be shouting at Harlem, Goonies. So, so who knows? Who knows where it's going to go with that? I don't want to see him beefing because I kind of like the Diplomats. I wish they would have. Uh, I wish they'd have went on tour like after the verses and stuff like that. They should immediately like as much buzz that thing generated, like from that verses. Oh, his grandmother. Oh, okay. Oh, thank you, B. B is out here with the facts. Oh, grandmother in Harlem he visits. So it's not where you stay, it's where your grandma stay. Or where your people stay. That's where you from. Is that how it works? Okay. Um, yeah, but I don't want to see him beef, what I mean? Just uh yeah. So, yep. So let me jump into this high school basketball from the week I'm gonna say from this past Saturday up until now. On Saturday, if you didn't do anything, the Interact had a basketball showcase at the Allen Six Man Horvard Center out there in Wissahickon. Shout out to Kenny Holzman. Actually, with Springside, Chestnut Hill Academy, Germantown Academy, Episcopal Academy, and Penn Charter. So it's it was like a basketball showcase, as a matter of fact. I'm not sure if Springside, Chestnut Hill, and Haverford played, um, but I do have the other scores here. Malvern Prep and Germantown Academy played. Malvern Prep with the win. Don't have the box score. I can get that later. Episcopal Academy and Penn Charter also played. Penn Charter with the win, 67-52. I was looking for the box score with that because I'm sure they did numbers because they got like three Division One. They got three Division One players on that team like right now, like that can play like Division One right now. Also in the Catholic League, Newman Goretti played. Newman Goretti played Devon Prep. Devon Prep with the win, 61-49. Um, for Newman Goretti, Allison Njai had 15 points, 13 rebounds, 5 assists, 2 steals, and 4 blocks. For Devon Prep, Reese Craft, 15 points, 6 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 steal, 1 block. Also in the Friends League, Friends Select also played on Saturday. Friends Select School and Academy of the New Church, great game. Academy of the New Church with the win, 62-61. Great game. I actually watched this on the live stream. Great, awesome game. Shout out to Jalen Childs, friend of the program. Jalen Childs had 30 points, made 9 3-pointers. I'm not sure if that's a school record or not, but definitely shout out to Jalen. Academy of the New Church, Bryce Rollerson had 16 points, 3 rebounds, and 7 assists. Yeah, that was actually a great game. Jalen, lefty. Not sure why like colleges aren't, chomping at the bit to get this guy. Definitely has good height, strong. He can score at all three levels. He can post. He can score in the mid range. Also, he can score from around the arc. Also, he's a distributor and he's coachable. So teams, if you're listening, so college teams, if you're listening, go look at Jalen Childs. Go look at his tape. Go on YouTube. Go on Friends Select. Website. Look what he can do. Excuse me. Mm. On Sunday, Archbishop Carroll played. They played against Lansdale Catholic. Lansdale Catholic actually lost by 3. Archbishop Carroll 50-47. Archbishop Carroll's Munir Gregg had 6 points, 4 rebounds, and 1 block. I believe that was the only game in the Catholic League on that Sunday. On Monday, LaSalle College Prep and Father Judge played. Father Judge with the win, 86-74. For Father Judge, Rocco Westfield had 18 points, 4 rebounds, 3 assists, and 3 steals. Also, Father Judge guard Derek Morton Rivera, 19 points, 3 rebounds, 3 assists, and 1 steal. Let me tell you something about Father Judge. Quiet as kept. Most of the time, when you mention Catholic League basketball, you hear Newman Goretti, you hear Roman Catholic, you hear Archbishop Ryan, Archbishop Carroll. Like most of those schools, like you hear them, like they're in the mix. This year, like Father Judge is really like they're really like surprising people. They're winning their non-conference games. I remember they played against they played against Imhotep. They played a pretty good game against them, and they held theirs against like the public league's best. Yeah, they're on the come up. So definitely give them a look. See, like if you see them like on your live stream and stuff like that, definitely give them a look. Father Judge is on the rise. Don't be surprised if you see them in the Final Four down at the Palestra. Don't be surprised. I told you here first. Like Father Judge is on the come up. Also, St. Joe's Preps and Archbishop Ryan also played in the Catholic League. St. Joe's Preps with the win, 70-59. Don't have the box score for that, but I'm sure they did pretty good. I was looking for it. Shout out to Max Preps and PA Sports Zone. I was looking for that, but I don't think they had it yet. So I can move on. But I'll put it in the post on the in the basement post on Instagram. I'll just show that box score for you later. Also on Tuesday, Imhotep Charter in West Philadelphia played. Imhotep won easily, 74-36. Penn Charter played Springside Chestnut Hill Academy on Tuesday. Great game. Took it to overtime. Penn Charter with the win by 2, 62-60. Also on Tuesday, yesterday, should I say, Friends Select. I believe they played against, I don't know if it was Barrack Hebrew Academy. I believe they're new to the Friends League. So guess what? If you're new school to the Friends League, guess what? You're going to get that new school treatment. Jalen Childs had 25 points, 8 assists. Easy work. Shout out to the Childs family. Shout out to everybody over there. Also, Germantown Friends and Westtown played not sure where the score is at with that. I didn't get a chance to see them on the live stream, but hopefully, if anybody has that score, get it back to me. Tell me what Jordan Dill had. Another great prospect for some of the colleges to look at as well. So that's pretty much it for Tuesday. No games. There's a couple games today. They're not done yet. For college basketball, as a matter of fact, before we go into college basketball, um, let's talk about Jimmy Butler. What's going on with Jimmy? Jimmy done went to the organization. He done told Pat Riley, said, "Listen, I don't want to be with you guys anymore. Trade me if you got to. Um, I'm through. I'm not playing with them. You can suspend me if you want." And Pat Riley was like, "Guess what? You don't even have to be here." So Pat Riley suspended him for 7 games, no pay, and I believe the suspension should almost be over. I think he has like maybe 2 more games left um, before he can come back. But I'm not sure if he is going to come back. I'm sure, because you don't want to disgruntle Jimmy, because if disgruntled Jimmy is going to be, a distraction to the team. Even though like Miami's playing pretty good without him, they're playing okay, but still, um, what team can you see Jimmy playing on? Like, what team can you see him being like a total asset and getting to the championship? Because it's not like he can't get to the championship. He's been to the finals like what, twice now. He was there in the bubble, and also he was there when he. I think, who did they play against? Did he? Was it Denver? No, it wasn't Denver. Well, whatever team it was, I mean, Jimmy took him far. You know, um, somebody get that for me. But who knows? Who knows? Who knows where Jimmy's going to go? But I know he's not going to be playing for Miami. A lot of people say he wants to go to State. He wants to go to Sacramento. I don't think he wants to be a part of a rebuilding project. But I still think that he can still be a serviceable shooting guard, forward, a swingman, whatever. Um, we would love to have him for the Clippers, but I think that's going to be a distraction right now. And then speaking of the Clippers, we're already doing good anyway. We're over 500. We got about maybe 2 possible All Stars for that team. I know maybe James Harden's going to go. Also, I think I would like to lobby for Norman Powell, because Norman Powell's been playing out of his mind. I think he's averaging like 24 right now. Even though they're going through a lot of turmoil over there in Los Angeles, praying for the people over there, with the fires and everything. Hopefully, they're getting things out. Everybody's safe and families are safe as well. But I think Norman Powell, I think he deserves to be an All Star this year. He's been playing defense. He's playing on both ends of the ball, both ends of the court, offensively and defensively. It's a no brainer, and he's not complaining to the media, even if he doesn't get it. Um, he'll probably be like, I think to me, he'll be a snub. If push comes to shove, like once the All Star voting is all said and done. But I think more of the basketball savants and purists and gurus, I think they're going to put on. I think they're going to put Norman Powell on most of those All Star, ballots anyway. So definitely, if you're going to be voting for an All Star, I know it's a popularity contest, but if you want to see a true hooper, put Norman Powell in there. So but as for Jimmy, who knows what Jimmy's going to do? But I definitely know he doesn't want to be a Miami Heat anymore, and he's made that known. He's been on a couple podcasts. He's also been on Instagram, letting people know that he doesn't want to be a part of the Heat organization anymore. But hey, look, his reason is his reason. So but shout out to Jimmy. Good luck, Jimmy, and it's probably about February. So it is what it is. Moving on to college basketball, we're going to go through this real quick, and I'll get out of here. College basketball on Saturday. This past weekend, Wake Forest and Miami played. Wake Forest with the win over Miami, 88-78. Shout out to Philly's own Jaleel Bethea from Archbishop Wood. Jaleel had 13 points, 3 rebounds, with 4 assists. Villanova in the Big East and St. John's played on Saturday. St. John's with the win, 80-68. Eric Dixon, shout out to Abington, 18 points, 2 rebounds, 3 assists, 1 block, and 1 steal. Wooga Popular. Shout out to Math Civics and Science. 22 points, 4 rebounds, 1 assist. UConn, number 9 UConn, played Georgetown 68-60. UConn with the win over 8. For Georgetown, shout out to Archbishop Ryan's former Archbishop Ryan, Thomas Sorber. 9 points, 10 rebounds, 4 assists, 4 blocks. Also, UConn for UConn, Imhotep's own Ahmad Noel, 4 points, 1 rebound, 1 block, 1 steal. People they're getting in there, even though it's not like eye popping stats and stuff like that. Like these Philly guys are getting in there. And I gotta shout them out. Um, Also, number 8 Florida and Arkansas played in the SEC. Florida with the win, 71-63. Arkansas's DJ Wagner transferred from Kentucky. 9 points, 4 rebounds, 3 assists, and 1 steal. I don't know what it is about Kentucky. I don't know what it is about. I'm about to say Kentucky. I don't know what it is about Arkansas. Um, I don't know if they're just bad or they're just not playing together. Um, but it looks like. But to be honest with you, Calipari. It looks like the same Calipari teams from like 2 years ago, basically. Like just kind of helter skelter. Nobody knows their role. Like whoever gets the ball, they're shooting. Basically, it's like a glorified pickup run. Also, Loyola Chicago, Illinois played against St. Joe's, the Atlantic 10 on Saturday. Um, Illinois' Justin Moore didn't play. I believe he was injured, so definitely speedy recovery, Just. For St. Joe's, Xavier Brown had 20 points, 4 rebounds, 4 assists, and 1 steal. Shout out to the 8-10 by 10. LaSalle and St. Bonaventure played. LaSalle with the win by 1 in overtime. Great game. I actually got a chance to actually watch the highlights of that game. LaSalle's doing good. I think LaSalle and St. Joe's, I think if they play their cards right, I'm not sure if both of those teams can get in. I know St. Joe's could probably get in just based on their schedule and whatnot. They kind of have a tougher schedule than LaSalle did, and they actually won a majority of more of their like non-conference games. But LaSalle with the win over St. Bonnie's, 83-82 in overtime. For LaSalle, Deuce Jones had 16 points, 1 rebound, 3 assists, 3 steals, and a block. Shout out. We're going to stay in the Atlantic 10. UMass and George Mason played. George Mason with the 7-point win over UMass, 77-70. For UMass, shout out to Russell Diggins. Diggs had 21 points, 1 rebound, 2 assists, and 2 steals. In the American Athletic Conference, Temple and Rice played on Saturday. Shout out to Rice University. Shout out to my brother-in-law, Chris. He's actually IT guy over there. I think it's like IT security, cybersecurity over there for Rice University. Hoping to get out there. Definitely see a couple games out there in that Texas area. But Temple with the 3-point win over Rice. Jamal Mashburn Jr. continues to light it up. 24 points, 4 rebounds, 1 assist, and 1 steal. Jamal Mashburn Jr. is he's like playing out of his mind. I have yet to see them like live and in person. Hopefully, I can get some tickets to see Temple Temple home game and see Jamal Mashburn out there and do work out there because he shoots just like his dad. To be honest with you, like the form, like the triple threat, all that stuff. It's like just like Jamal Mashburn. It's just Jamal Mashburn is a little bit more smoother and because he was taller. But Jamal Mashburn Jr. is about what 6'3", maybe 6'2.5". But he has a quick shot, so that'll get him over if he wants to make that jump to the next level. Also in the Colonial Athletic Conference, Townsend and Drexel played in conference play. Townsend with the win over Drexel, 93-82. Drexel's Jami Butler had 21 points, 2 rebounds, 1 assist, and 4 steals. In the Ivy League, UPenn and Dartmouth played. Dartmouth with the win over Penn. Excuse me, I'm sorry. With the win over Penn, 73-70. Nick Spinoso, 18 points, 8 rebounds, 3 assists, 1 block for Penn. In the MEAC conference, we got Coppin State and Norfolk State for women's basketball. Shout out to the MEAC conference. Norfolk State with the win, 82-66. Philly was in the building. Sear Worley with 6 points, 2 rebounds, and 2 assists for Coppin State. Shout out. And also for Norfolk State, Diamond Johnson with New McGarretty's own 15 points, 3 rebounds, 1 assist, and 1 steal. Also in the Atlantic Sun, my ladies, friends of the program, Sanaa Garrett and Sanaya Craig. Florida Gulf Coast played against Jacksonville. Florida Gulf Coast with the win over Jacksonville, 92-50. Sanaa Garrett had 2 points, and Sanaya Craig had 11 points, 11 rebounds, and 2 assists. Ladies. On Sunday, Oregon and Penn State played. That was like the only game pretty much representing for me. Number 15, Oregon played Penn State. Oregon with the 1-point win, 82-81. Nicholas Kern for Penn State had 19 points, 8 rebounds, and 4 assists. I'm ready to go. I'm ready to go to Penn State now. Ready to go. Monday, Minnesota and my Terps, Maryland Terps. On Monday, Maryland with the 6-point win over Minnesota in Big Ten conference play. You might as well call it just the East Coast Conference and the West Coast Conference. You might as well just break it up like that, to be honest with you. I know they were talking to Mike Krzyzewski about putting all the Eastern colleges like in the ACC, like kind of like an East-West type format. I mean, I don't like that for a college basketball fan like myself. Like I'm used to the different conferences. I'm used to the different teams and stuff like that, so they all have an equal shot of playing in the tournament. Like that's what it's about. Some of those small colleges from the mid majors to the low majors get a chance to play against the big guys and cause some upsets in your bracket. Maybe get more money for your school, whatever the case may be. But yeah, my thing is no. I don't want that to be anything that what it already is. It's already getting larger, just by like other conferences just folding and stuff like that. What we need is like a major conference like the ACC to fold. Like that's just going to cause nothing but chaos, And I'm a traditional guy anyway. I'm used to seeing the ACC, the Big East, the Big Ten, Pac-12, the SEC, the Atlantic 10, the American Athletic, stuff like that. The Northeastern Conference, the Metro Atlantic Conference, the MEAC Conference, stuff like that. Give everybody an equal shot. So, but anyway, let me get off my soapbox. Maryland with the win, 77-71. Derek Queen had 27 points, 7 rebounds, 2 assists, a block, and 1 steal. Rodney Rice, the guard, also had 21 points, 2 rebounds, and 2 assists. Also in the Big Ten, shout out to Rutgers. UCLA and Rutgers played. Rutgers with the win, 75-68. NBA players, you might as well say NBA players, Ace Bailey and Dylan Harper balled out. Ace Bailey had 20 points, 10 rebounds, 2 assists, 3 blocks, and 1 steal. Hopefully you guys can get a look at this guy live in the living color in person. Like this dude is a treat to watch. Basically, they're only going to be staying for 1 year, so hopefully you get a chance to see him live. Hopefully they make their way back down to like Philadelphia or something like that, but I doubt it. Hopefully they get a chance to play Penn State. I mean, if they're going to host Penn State, then hopefully we can get out there and get a chance to see him. But anyway, Dylan Harper, 18 points, 4 rebounds, 4 assists, 1 block, 1 steal. And the women's basketball, Coppin State and Howard played in the MEAC conference. Shout out to the MEAC. Coppin State and Howard played. Howard with the win, 76-71. For Coppin State, Sear Worley. Shout out to Eric. 12 points and 2 rebounds. And then yesterday, of course, Villanova and Xavier played in Big East play. Xavier with the win, 69-63. Abington's own Eric Dixon, 18 points, 4 rebounds, 2 assists in the block. Also, Wooga Poplar had 14 points, 5 rebounds, 3 assists, and 2 steals. Georgetown and St. John's also played Big East play last night. St. John's with the win, 63-58. Of course, Archbishop Ryan's Thomas Sorber had 5 points, 10 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 steal, 3 blocks. I believe, as a matter of fact, I think he was the I think he was like the Big East Freshman of the Week or something like that a couple weeks ago. So he's continuing to do work out there, keep doing your thing out there. Arkansas and LSU played in SEC conference play. Um, LSU with the win by 4, 78-74. Arkansas's DJ Wagner, 10 points, 2 rebounds. Not eye popping, but you're getting in. Also, Miami and Duke played in ACC play last night. Got a chance to see that. Shout out to Cooper Flagg, who actually set the record for a freshman in scoring. I believe it was 42. Was it 42 this past Saturday? Um, so that's pretty much like his calling card. Like, look, I'm going to the league now. So it's pretty much going to be Cooper Flagg, Ace Bailey, Dylan Harper. 1, 2, 3. In no particular order. It depends who has the better, freshman season. Right now, it's kind of up and down because, like for Duke, Cooper Flagg had 13 points, had 7 rebounds, 6 assists, and 1 steal. Which I knew it was going to be. He was going to cool off basically. I mean, after going off for 42, I'm sure Miami had a game plan out there to kind of like slow him down. You're not going to stop Cooper Flagg, but you can slow him down. Shout out to Jaleel Bethea, 7 points, 1 rebound, 3 assists. And yeah, that's pretty much it for the college. I can hit you up on Friday. Hopefully we'll go on. Larry and I will go on. We'll talk about more topics. I'll have some more scores for you, and that's pretty much it from here. I just want to say, shout out to my guys at the Run, Black Psychologist Podcast, SB Talk Sports, Real Takes Over Fake Debates, Get Your Bars Up Media. Definitely want to shout out to PA Sports Zone. You guys have great material over there, especially with your games covering the Public League, Interact, and Catholic League as well. Keep doing what you're doing. Shout out to Max Preps because I go to you guys for all the scores. If I can't find it like online and stuff like that, I go right to you guys. You guys are pretty consistent with everything. And also, you know what? Before I get out of here, I definitely want to wish everybody, all my devastating divas of Delta Sigma Theta Incorporated, happy J13, even though we passed that on Monday, but I definitely want to wish you ladies happy Founders Day and also want to wish my niece happy Founders Day to the lovely ladies of Alpha Kappa Alpha Incorporated. Happy Founders Day, ladies. And with that, like I said before, definitely, be close with your family because you never know. And definitely, like I said before, unfortunately, it's really, really sad. But I definitely wanted to, um, send my condolences from the In the Basement family to Phil's basketball player Noah Scurry, and wishing his family like through this trials and tribulations. Yeah, we're definitely praying for you. So, but with that, it's been another episode of In the Basement, the midweek mashup, and I hope to see you guys on Friday with Larry, and we'll have more stuff to talk to. All right, later, my G's.